Welcome to Spooktacular Chicago, the show that covers Halloween and horror-related events around Chicagoland. I'm Tierza. What began as a simple fundraiser for a feature film has turned into a yearly summertime tradition in Chicago. Sam and Nieves headed downtown to the 4th annual Chicago Zombie Prom.
Once a year, the undead all gather at the center of Chicago, not to eat brains, but to dance. Welcome to Zombie Prom.
We are at Chicago's famous Excalibur, one of the largest nightclubs in Chicago. Also used to be the Historic Society of Chicago. So lots of great haunted history in this building. And up above is a nightclub called Vision, part of Excalibur. And these people have been nice enough or nuts enough to let Zombie Army come in, zombify this joint, and have Zombie Prom, which is this really kitschy blend of all things high school Americana prom, smashing into a bloody, gory, cheesy mix of zombies. You come, you get your tickets, you come inside, and we've got the perfect high school prom photo booth. So you get your picture, because you don't go to prom without a photo. And of course, we've got our own zombie makeover team. So if you do not do the zombie makeup yourself, no problem. Come, drop a donation at the door, go to our professional staff, they'll zombify you. We have a zombie buffet, so there's free food for everybody.
So what do you think it is about zombies that just attract everybody?
You know what I think about? It's like, I think people look at zombies and they see that fun, goofy quality. You know, it's like, I always said, like, going to a vampire party, everyone's so serious because they're vampires. You go to a zombie party and everyone's just like, just having fun with it. You know, it's all about, it's like being a clown with different makeup.
All right, so we're here with some resident zombies. Is this your first time here at the Zombie Prom?
Yes, it is. Yes.
What brought you out? Did you just kind of hear about it out of the blue? You had some friends tell you about it?
We had some friends here last year, and the pictures looked amazing, and it looked like a great party, and we had to come.
We had to get our time in, had to.
Counting down for a whole year to come to this.
Yes, we have. It was a great time. It feels like we haven't been here long, and we're already having a good time.
Everything was just thrown together last minute. Whatever makeup we had from last Halloween is what we used, and it was like mostly runny, and it was horrible. But we're here, and we're ready to have fun.
All right, so we got a happy little zombie threesome here, right by the gruesome table of food they just laid out. It's kind of a feast of buffalo wings. Strange that they eat the same stuff that we do. So I love the zombie Miami Vice thing you got going on right now. What gave you the inspiration?
The inspiration was Miami Vice. Look at this. I got a t-shirt with the crazy bright colors, white blazer, and since it's prom, I'm wearing black pants and black shoes. Plus, I got this boot in here. Totally 80s right now. And I got some 5 o'clock shadow going on. And look at my hot girlfriend. She's got this going on. Shoulder pads and all. Look at this hot babe right now. And we haven't brushed our teeth in months. Look.
That's commitment. That's commitment right there. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Home over. Run around. Desert you. So I'm here with Elise, who we had to stop. It was fantastic hanging eye makeup job. And we had to ask, so you did this yourself?
Yes, I did.
It's fantastic. So about how long did it take you to do?
About an hour and a half with hair and makeup.
A lot shorter than I thought it was going to be. It'd probably take me like 3 days. And by then, it wouldn't even work. So did you have everything just laying around? Did you go out? Did you know you wanted to do this design, or did it just come to you?
Well, I wanted something to do with eyes because I'm an ophthalmic technician, and anything with the eye is just awesome. I wanted to do a gross out with the eye, so yeah.
So the eyes are your forte.
Yes, exactly.
So you next year maybe do both eyes, just like
I'm gonna go something. I like sticking with the eyes. It's good. It's scary. People notice it right away. It's good.
The night suddenly turned treacherous for all of us non-zombies as they all gathered in some kind of tribalistic nature, listening to some kind of drum and bass beat, ready to feast upon flesh. I've never seen anything like it before.
We have DJ Dana playing tunes all night long from the spaceship of a DJ booth up there. We also have Trash Martini, which is one of our favorite Chicago bands. They're like an 80s, 90s cover band and popular tunes. They're gonna be zombied up on stage, playing 80s, 90s, what we call that fun zombie prom kitsch music. This is an idea I had after a couple drinks one night. So you never know how people are gonna respond to your crazy ideas. And to see these people show up, to see the makeup, the outfits, to see the dance floor packed till 3:30 in the morning with people having a great time. Like, that's my favorite part. You know, I get to go on stage, I do the announcements, I thank everyone for coming, and when I look down and see all those people, it's a blast, man. It's like, seeing everyone have a good time, that's it. That's what it's all about. It's like, we ain't taking ourselves seriously here. We're zombies, we're having a good time, and we just love seeing everyone else enjoy this, you know, enjoy what we built.
There are several zombie-themed events going on year-round, so you can show your Halloween spirit any time of year. For a list of upcoming events, visit zombiearmyproductions.com. This year, we covered several different haunted houses around the Chicagoland area. Stephanie Brooks headed out to Morton Grove, where you can find 2 great haunted houses in one location.
Hi, this is Stephanie Brooks. We're out here in Morton Grove, and we've got 2 haunted houses in one location. We have Fear City, Chicago, and Hades Haunted House. We're about to go in and check out Fear City.
Fear City, we're taking you through a journey through the apocalyptic scenes through Chicago.
I have one more train. I'm just doing one. And you have to hurry. You have to hurry.
This whole project started about 2 years ago. Me and Chuck Grendis met on a Victoria's Secret shoot for a Christmas catalog thing, and we got to talking, and we decided that we were going to do a haunted house. I knew that my job was ending. I was the set decorator at the Oprah Winfrey Show for 6 seasons, and I knew it was coming to an end, and we were trying to figure out what we would do next, and we thought, why not do a haunted house?
Yeah, because that's a natural transition from Victoria's Secret and Oprah. Like, you know what, haunted house is next.
Well, we were doing it. I did a lot of pretty, so we had a lot of energy that we needed to release, so it was kind of fun to do something completely different.
We've got one hell of a show for you.
Mark, tell us about what's the most fun thing about your character?
That I can be as loud and crazy and run up on people and scare them as I want to, and it's a beautiful thing because Halloween's my favorite holiday, and this really gets me psyched for it.
We're all infected. This is the city of death.
Use proper breath techniques so that you don't, lose your voice.
By the end of the night, there's a little hoarseness, but some glass of water cures that right up. Gotta breathe through the diaphragm, down here. In.
Now, I noticed that everybody wears 3D glasses in your area. Do you wear your makeup a certain way so that stands out more?
Yes, it's ultraviolet under black light. We do the makeup, and makes it pop out at you more when you wear the 3D.
Do you get tired? You drive this little tricycle, and it makes you look really, really short. Tell us about what that's like, and if that impacts you physically at all in the end.
Yes, after about 4 or 5 hours, yeah. It's because actually I am short, but I make myself smaller. I crunch up and I hunch over, so it's really very effective looking. And a lot of times everyone's looking up and I'm going under the eye line, and it really freaks people out. This is about my 15th or 20th haunted house that I've done. So, yeah, I was about 10 years with Joe Jensen over there, and in between when he wasn't doing, the name got out, and I never had to audition again because everybody knew me in the area. So it's about 20 years of haunted houses I've done now.
What do you do the rest of the year when it's not Halloween season?
Believe it or not, I am a professional clown. I'm a children's entertainer, so I really do make balloons and do face paint and that.
I like the way your eyes light up when you see me. Awesome. I'm here with Scott, who plays Death, the gatekeeper of death. Is that right? And what is that like for you?
It's a very different experience from most of the acting you'll find in Fear City. Most people are in standard costumes, but this role entails wearing a large suit that harnesses over you and straps you together, and you have to look 12 feet tall and maintain that.
We're here with David Weiss from Chicago. David, tell us about your character.
My character is Steve the Bellhop, and he was just minding his own business, you know, taking people's bags in the Hotel Cicero lobby when the apocalypse happened unexpectedly. And he had two options. He could either be killed or go crazy, or he could just kind of, you know, go with it and see what happened. So he's been running with that, killing people, drinking their blood whenever they happen to wander into the hotel, and so far it's been working out pretty well for him. And I finally understood exactly what needed to happen for everyone in the hotel to finally be quiet. Rejoice! Rejoice!
Steve, how do you get into character?
Honestly, the area that I'm in just helps a lot because it's a long hallway with lots of flat blinking, flickering lights, and it feels like I'm in The Shining. So once I'm in there with the sounds and the lighting, it just kind of gets me into a mode, and it's just really fun. Just seeing people come down the hallway and get freaked out kind of gets me there.
So what's the biggest reaction you've gotten from someone?
I think the biggest reaction I got was from a group of actually very large men who came down the hallway last season, and they saw me standing at the end of the hallway, and they all just clutched each other, grabbed the walls, and one of them just went, "Oh, hell no! Oh, hell no!"
Can I touch you?
Bad.
I've been good, I swear!
Bad. Kitty, get down.
No.
Get down. Eat your cat food. Come in.
Well, I am Kitty Boy. I am her personal slave, and as you can see, she's obsessed with like cats. So she kind of just has me like down on the ground eating cat food and whipping me. So I am her personal slave.
Now, do you know anything about the decor in the room that you work? Because it's pretty spectacular.
Yes, it's a lovely antique hoarder. And part of the thing with the time is all the clocks because we're all out of time in the apocalypse.
You are really big into the details. Tell us what the biggest challenge was with that.
Filling 40,000 square feet with scenery. You know, because when you're doing a play, you're working on a set. You know, like it's not that big. Like most people when they go to a TV studio or a play, it's really not very big. This is a huge warehouse. This is where we store sets, not put on shows. So filling enough space that you're actually walking through an environment for a half hour.
What are you looking at? Don't judge us. You about to get judged.
We have over 100 actors in the haunted house. It's a lot of personalities, it's a lot of energy. It's sort of like putting on a Broadway-style haunted play.
I'm not a horror person, but the atmosphere is exactly what I live for with what the staff projects here. I think it lets me understand that there are openings out there where you can actually have a work environment that isn't seen as the typical thing to dread, where you can actually enjoy your workspace and it can feel like a part of your life instead of losing a third of it just for labor. You're actually having fun. It's worth your time. It's worth every bit of your effort.
% of all ticket sales to Fear City and Hades benefit the Multiple Sclerosis Society of Greater Illinois. For location and ticket information, go to fearcitychicago.com. The next haunted house we visited was on a much smaller scale, but still delivered some top-notch scares. Sammy Nieves visited this brand new haunt in River Grove.
We're here on the corner of Grand Avenue and Thatcher at the opening night of a brand new haunted house, Fable Studios, complete with creepy clowns and fire spinners.
is our first year that we're actually doing our own haunted attraction. It started off with working at haunts when I was younger, and then pretty much just building up from there, building props, sets, designs, music. And I was like, we like scaring people, so let's throw it all together as a business. So that's what we decided. It's actually taken us about 5 years to find a location, and that's probably one of the most difficult things. Anyone that's looking to start a haunt. One of my favorite rooms, I would say, is actually this room right here. We have our main characters. It's Jack and Maurice, and they are the living marionettes.
Do not touch the carnies and freaks, and they shall not touch you.
And they actually are the ones that are introducing all the different games as you play through the whole carnival experience of chaos, pretty much. It's pretty twisted, and you'll see as you go through the actual place. It's very highly detailed, lots of themes, and the interactiveness as well. You'll see as you go through the buttons and the levers everybody has to press in order to move on to the next rooms, or you might end up killing somebody.
Right there, right there, right there!
We're pretty much consider ourselves like Chicago's interactive boutique haunted attraction. It's come through, we're not shoving them through like sheep. It's pretty much every person that comes through, we might actually learn your name by the end of it, and we'll be talking to you the whole time. So it's pretty amazing. Our actors are, extensive training on that.
Haircut, Tommy. Jumping off the plane. How about a balloon animal? You want to take a balloon animal? I'm an expert at making balloon animals here.
No, this is my first year doing a haunted house, but I enjoy scaring people like on the regular. So this was like a great opportunity for me to be in my element, kind of. Yeah, I got tricks in my pockets and everywhere to be found.
You're a magician clown almost then.
Kinda. Would you like a balloon animal?
I'm a little scared. I don't know where that one's been.
It's a worm. There you go.
Hey! How do you know it was my favorite food?
Everyone that's working here, it's a great cast. Everyone loves to be here. No one's like, oh man, I gotta go to the hunt tonight. Whew. I mean, like, me myself, I gotta be at work at 6 in the morning tomorrow, but I mean, it's not stopping me from being here. I mean, everyone just feeds off everyone. It's great energy, great vibe. It's gonna be a lot of fun scaring the people that come through.
Can't make it out on a weekend? Fable Studios is open several weekday evenings. For dates and times, check them out at fablestudios.com. For our next haunt, we headed out to the Lombard Jaycees Haunted House, which is in its 42nd year of operation. We joined Erin McDonald to find out about this long-running haunted house.
I'm here at the Lombard Jaycees Haunted House, the longest consecutive running haunted house in the state of Illinois. Let's go check it out. Can you describe a little bit about like what the Jaycees are exactly?
We are a not-for-profit organization, and we are a leadership through training organization. And we try to run so many projects throughout our community. We give back. We do. This project actually contributes to our Thanksgiving and Christmas baskets, which is my favorite thing to do. Is, you go out and you give these families that don't have money for the holiday. We give them baskets for the holiday for food.
We're all volunteer. We don't try and make a fortune off of this. So it's the kids and how hard they work and how hard they work at their rooms.
You have to get me out of here! I don't want to be here anymore!
I'm everywhere. I will see you in the halls, I'll see you outside, I'll possibly chase you with a chainsaw. That's always fun. I want to see if I can make you drop to the floor. Not run, just drop in fear.
Yeah, I like it when you can hear them screaming in other rooms, so you know, like, this is going to be a really fun crowd to scare, and I like it when they run out of the room and stuff. It's really funny. When the people come in the room, I'm not visible at first, and I'm hiding in, like, a freezer top, and when I get a cue, I come out of the box and scream a song in people's face and then like chase them out of the room.
Okay, we're here with Carrie, and she is one of the costumers and makeup artists here for the Lombard Jaycees Haunted House.
This is Candy, and this is Holly. They helped us a lot. This is both of their first years working costumes.
Wonderful. And how long have you been working with the Jaycees?
23 years, ever since I was born. I costumes.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Now, can you describe exactly this character for us, please?
He's actually a zombie. Pretty much what we do is we take liquid latex and spread it over the face and poke holes to make it look burned, and then add false teeth, fake contacts.
Okay, and what's the best part, according to you and the other ladies here, of doing the makeup and the costumes? Like, what's the best part of it?
I think just being behind the scenes in general is just amazing, and just doing this as long as we have been, and just getting people that come up and compliment us on everything that we're doing here is just, I don't know how to describe it. It's amazing.
Okay, I'm here with Mike, and Mike, while guests are waiting to go into the Jaycees Haunted House, they can entertain themselves with this game, it looks like?
We invented this game, we called it Remote Scare. People can drop a quarter in and scare the other guests while they're in the house. The three different choices are a buzzer, we have an air blaster, and then we have our combo button, which actually fires the air blaster and the bell and the buzzer and the strobe light all at the same time.
Find the Lombard Jaycees Haunted House on the web at haunted-house.com. A funeral home turned restaurant? Yes, that got our attention too. That's why we teamed up with Weird Chicago Tours to find out about the history behind Miss Murphy and Sons Irish Bistro.
Today, we are at Mrs. Murphy's & Sons Irish Bistro at 3905 North Lincoln Avenue. Mrs. Murphy's & Sons is very famous at this point for two things. One of them is actually its ribs, which is kind of surprising because it's an Irish bistro. They've actually won Rib Fest the last 3 years in a row, from 2010 to 2012. It's also a really good Irish restaurant, and they have great beer, great servers. The place is phenomenal. The other thing that it's known for is its amazing history. This place was originally the Krause Funeral Home, which was built back in 1889. It was remodeled once in 1920 when it became very popular as a funeral home for the locals here in the neighborhood. And then in the year 2000 and in 2002 was remodeled again to become the restaurant that you see today.
I basically have seen it since it was a funeral parlor and had the prep tables and everything in it, and the configuration was quite different. The upstairs was a mess. There were 2 apartments up here which were pretty grim. They were very dark and gloomy places, and I gather from people that have subsequently been back here that they had actually used those apartments for people that were on call to go and get bodies. And then the prep room was at the back, so it had the tables for the bodies and the winch in the ceiling to raise the bodies, and it also had the casket showroom. One of the dining rooms is in fact exactly the same shape and position as the casket showroom was. When I walk through the building, even when I first come into the bar through the back door, I can still in my head see the ghost of that building in my head. You know, I remember where the pipes were in the floor and how things look. So in my mind, there's sort of one is superimposed on the other.
This area of the bar, by the way, this bar was actually built in Ireland and shipped over in pieces. It was obviously not part of the original funeral home, but this was the viewing room where everything would take place and where the dead bodies were stored just before the time when the families would come in and have a service. We at Weird Chicago found out that this place was famous for having gangsters come in, and what they would do is they would pay for a family funeral, and they would give the family $1,000. Jaime Weiss, the former Don of the Irish Mafia, was the one who did this. Now, the reason that they would pay for the funerals and give the family $1,000 is they would slip another body in the coffin underneath the family member that was there. Now, the information that I got all this from is from a investigatory journalist who has unnamed law enforcement sources that they kind of want to remain anonymous for security reasons. Now, this information is actually currently being used at least from what I've heard, by the FBI, and because there's no statute of limitations on murder, they may be bringing ground-penetrating radar to the cemeteries where these bodies are buried to find out if there's more than one body per coffin. And if that's the case, they can actually reopen the case and prosecute Jaime Weiss, although he's been dead for some time now, I believe since 1924. Now, that's not the only interesting thing about this funeral home. Originally, when we were called in, we were told about the hauntings that happen here. Now, there are 3 major hauntings that occur throughout the restaurant. One is in the kitchen area, where people will constantly hear noises behind them. They will feel a tap on the shoulder, generally get creeped out. The most interesting information is about one of the funeral directors, a man named Robert Spalding, who died in 1986. Now, when Spalding died, he was a funeral director here. He was not the owner, but he was the funeral director. He was brought to the mortuary, and at that point, originally, they thought that he died of a stroke until they brushed his hair aside and found out there was a bullet hole in his temple. Now, they know that it wasn't a robbery attempt because Robert Spalding had $180 in his pocket and 2 diamond rings on his fingers. So they started to take a look at it, and they were not only suspecting foul play, but they thought that there may be something mafia connected to this. They're not really 100% sure, but I know that many people in the neighborhood have always suspected that the mob had been connected to here not only in the 1920s, but all the way up through the time into the 1980s. Now, his ghost is actually seen as a visual manifestation of a man slumped over the desk in what is now the women's restroom here on the 2nd floor. Now, when they see this man kind of slumped over like that. Of course, women freak out initially. And primarily, the people that have seen this particular ghost are people that worked at the funeral home when it was the Krause Funeral Home. Today, it is a restroom, and women get creeped out in there, but they don't see anything in particular. Although the bathrooms down here is where a lot of the ghost activity occurs. At the times when we brought groups in here during our pub crawls or during our Weird Chicago tours, we've had more than 7 customers that have gone into the restroom and they think that there is somebody in the stall next to them. They hear moving around and nobody ever comes out, and then they happen to glance over and they're trying to be polite, but they notice that the door is open and nobody is inside the stall.
People don't tend to tell me stories of ghosts. I don't know whether that's because I don't seem like someone who might believe in one. I'm more interested in stories about people's involvement with it as a funeral home in general.
We actually have this one spot for Weird Chicago tours, and we come here for our ghost tours. We come here for our gangster tours, and we come here for the true crime aspect of the place.
You can see Miss Murphy and Sons for yourself on one of Weird Chicago's ghost tours. For more information, visit them at weirdchicago.com. Or if you just want to stop in for dinner, Miss Murphy has a great menu, including award-winning ribs. Find them online at irishbistro.com. Well, that's all the time we have for this edition of Spooktacular Chicago. For more information about the show, log on to cn100.tv or find us on Facebook at spooktacular.chicago. Thanks for joining us.